This is part 1 to What If Naruto Became a Child Again. Current Hokage Naruto is suddenly placed back in time into his 5-year-old self, with his current knowledge, strength, and abilities. Naruto also has the full 9 tails, therefore Minato does not have half. Naruto's strength will be power scaled correctly, unlike in Boruto, where it's very inconsistent. Naruto thinks of this as a chance to fix everything that's happened in the past, and also gain more strength for future threats. Naruto's base is strong enough to fight all the future and current Kage, and Naruto can technically beat all the Kage with relative ease in base. Naruto's first mission that he created himself was to stop the Uchiha massacre. Naruto, by acquiring a mask, transforms into a tall man and conceals his true form. Naruto knows the truth about Itachi and confronts him. Naruto looks at Itachi, signaling for him to follow him. Naruto calls him outside the village, and Naruto begins. Itachi Uchiha, I'm going to be blunt. The Uchiha coup needs to be stopped. However, you can't kill the clan. Itachi then says, you. Who are you? And how do you know everything? Naruto then replies, it doesn't matter who I am. However, I will help. Itachi, who is getting slightly frustrated, tries to put Naruto in a genjutsu. However, due to Naruto being a perfect Jinchuriki, it doesn't work. Itachi then activates his Sharingan and throws a punch at Naruto. They seem to go straight through him. However, it was just Naruto moving so fast that it looked like he was standing in place. Naruto then tells Itachi his plan whilst he is being attacked. Itachi, the ringleader, your father, will be shown what happens if he tries to oppose the leaf. Itachi carries on, attacking Naruto to no avail. Naruto then continues on, saying, just like this. Naruto then grabs Itachi's face and plows it into the ground, which knocks Itachi out. Naruto then uses medical ninjutsu, or the basics that he knows, to heal Itachi. Itachi wakes up and decides, as he has just been easily defeated by this man, fine, I'll help you. What do I need to do? Naruto then replies, take Fugaku out here, and I'll take it from there. Itachi nods, and Naruto says, tomorrow, midday. Naruto then uses body flicker to return into the village. The next day, Itachi brings Fugaku out of the village to Naruto. Naruto jumps out of a tree and says to Fugaku, hello, Mr. Fugaku. Let's get straight to the point. If you try to start a coup, your entire clan and yourself will die. Fugaku says to Itachi, what is the meaning of this, Itachi? Itachi then says, Dad, he is way stronger than anybody else in this village. He's definitely not lying. Naruto then continues on. Itachi, don't get me wrong, I won't kill the clan, but 2 people will, if this coup isn't stopped. Many words after this are spoken, and Fugaku ends up trying to attack Naruto. Fugaku then activates his Mangekyo. Naruto then sighs and says, the Mangekyo won't help you. Naruto then speeds behind Fugaku, too fast for him to notice. Naruto then swipes his legs and knocks Fugaku to the ground. Naruto then says to Fugaku, I suggest you take my advice. I'll talk to Lord Third. Fugaku nods as Naruto disappears. We skip to Naruto walking towards the Hokage's office, and then moves incredibly fast to get into the Hokage's office behind Hiruzen without anyone knowing. Naruto then says, Lord Third, we have something to discuss. Hiruzen then, startled, turns around and swings his arm in a chopping motion. Naruto just disappears and reappears in front of the desk. Hiruzen then asks, who are you? Naruto then thinks to himself, Lord Third is someone who can be trusted, and he shows his true identity. It's been a while, Lord Third. Naruto smiles at him. Hiruzen gasps and says, Naruto, why are you here, and how did you move like that? Naruto replies, we need to discuss something. As for your other question, I won't be answering it. Hiruzen then sits down and says to Naruto, so Naruto, what do you want to talk about? Naruto replies, the coup. Hiruzen widens his eyes as Naruto continues on. I suggest you relocate the Uchiha to near the middle of the village, as well as allowing them to keep their current grounds. The middle of the village isn't being used currently. I've spoken to Fugaku, and I suggest you take my advice. However, Fugaku does not know my identity. Hiruzen then replies to Naruto, Naruto, you know I can't do that. Naruto then replies, listen, the Uchiha are one of the strongest clans in the Leaf, and make up a large part of its forces. If you do this, the Uchiha will not get massacred. I will not name by who, but it will happen. Hiruzen then replies, okay Naruto, I'll bring it up with the Leaf Committee. Hiruzen then calls a meeting for the next day. Later on that night, Naruto transforms again and puts on his mask. Naruto then blitzes to where Danzo is. 1 second, Danzo was alone, and the next a blade was held against his neck. Naruto whispers in Danzo's ear, a meeting tomorrow. You will agree to everything that Lord Thurs says, or you won't survive. Sweat drips down Danzo's head as he is frozen in fear. He can just sense that this man will kill him no matter what he does, even if he uses Izanagi. He will die eventually. Danzo replies in a fearful tone, I understand. Naruto then uses body flicker to disappear. The next day, the meeting goes smoothly, and Hiruzen gains the authority to allow the Uchiha clan to move. Later on, Naruto visits Danzo, where Naruto is disguised. He stands face to face with Danzo and says, glad you chose to obey my orders. I will maybe see you never again. Just don't cause trouble for the Leaf. Naruto then uses body flicker to disappear once again. For the next 3 years, Naruto trains his weak points, which are medical ninjutsu, taijutsu, genjutsu, and logical thinking. Though he has gotten better at logical thinking over the years, it's still a weakness, therefore he trains himself in critical thinking as well as logical thinking. Naruto decides it is necessary to pretend he is weak, as he still wants to be on the original Team 7. Naruto is more liked, as he doesn't do pranks anymore and shows respect to Iruka and Hiruzen. Now, this doesn't mean the villagers don't hate him, they still hate him a lot. However, Iruka doesn't mind him and treats him to ramen every once in a while. Naruto also makes sure not to get rusty, as there is always a possibility of something that isn't meant to happen happening. 4 more years pass as Naruto progresses his genjutsu skills, taijutsu skills, logical thinking, and medical ninjutsu. Naruto also polished off all of his other skills too. Naruto now purposely fails his last exam as he knows of Mizuki's intentions. Naruto acts naive and goes along with Mizuki's plan. Naruto waits for Iruka. Finally, Iruka finds Naruto and says to Naruto, why would you steal the scroll of sealing? Naruto then replies calmly, it's a trap. Mizuki thinks he'll be able to steal the scroll from me. As Naruto says this, Mizuki arrives and tells Naruto to give him the scroll. Naruto doesn't give it to him, and Mizuki starts telling Naruto, Naruto, the village hates you. The village hates you because you are the 9-tailed fox. Naruto then smiles and says, I know. Mizuki then shouts at Naruto, asking him, how could you possibly know? Naruto then says to Mizuki, would you like to meet him? Naruto then blitzes behind Mizuki. Mizuki then shouts, where did he go? Naruto then says, oh, could you not keep up? Mizuki hears Naruto say this and jumps back. Naruto then forms a Rasengan, and Mizuki shouts, what is that? Iruka is at a loss for words, as Naruto, who hasn't been performing well in the academy, is wielding a Rasengan. Naruto then deactivates the jutsu and blitzes behind Mizuki once again, chopping his neck, saying, as if I'd actually kill you. Hiruzen is watching all of this from afar through his crystal ball and laughs, as Naruto is way stronger than he previously imagined. Iruka then does the same thing in canon and gives Naruto his headband, and Naruto still thinks of this as a wholesome moment. Iruka then treats Naruto to ramen. This is the end to part 1 of What If Naruto Was a Child Again. Hope you enjoyed, and subscribe and like, and make sure to turn on the notifications so you don't miss a video. The next video will be What If Naruto Had the Tensei Gun.